It's your girl, Lady Sola. Shout out to my birthday twin, my motherfucking birthday twin, Cardi motherfucking B. She dropped her second studio album, Am I the Drama? I'm so happy for her because this is truly a big moment that she has been working really hard for, and it's been a long, hard road. I'm tired of hearing about Offset. I'm tired of hearing about all his cheating scandals and the almost divorces. Like, I'm just tired of all of that. Where is the album? You know what I mean? Like, people are always going to come for you for everything going on in your personal life. You get on Instagram lives all the time. She's one of those outgoing Libras that are willing to share a lot about themselves. She's not very private. I'm more private. I'm like the opposite of her in that way. But it's just like, it just was too much. You know what I mean? And people just were killing her on social media. And she just became fodder, just roadkill. You know what I mean? It's like you just threw yourself out on the highway and the cars are just back and forth because you put yourself out there. So my biggest thing was just put it in the music, at least balance the, you know, the rumors and the gossip and the coming on live and having to go to court and, you know, cussing bees out online. At least balance it with music. And throughout the 7 years, can you believe it? 7 years since Invasion of Privacy, she certainly has dropped bangers and she's been on features and she's dropped singles. However, 7 years is unheard of for a lot of artists. You know, a lot of artists cannot get away with what she did. So she is truly blessed. God truly has put her in this position because there's a lot of people that will try to pull this stunt and will fall flat on their face. They will be selling peanuts, not selling units. So for Cardi to have stepped away and 7 years later, she's able to drop a second album and it's gone #1 on Billboard 200. She hit 200K. There's some chatter about this alleged 200K. I hear it's 199.642369 and a half, and then you carry the 1 at the decimal, move the decimal 3 spaces, and that's what her album sales are. Listen, chart data, drop the data. They said she hit over 200K. They had to do a count. Like, this is the 2016 elections. They had to recount the votes. And at the end of the day, they determined that she hit over 200K. I'm just going with what the news said, okay? But there is some conflicting stories out there saying that she's just a hair beneath 200K. Either way, job well done. Fantastic job, Cardi, on hustling your ass off, on getting to the streets, on doing a proper rollout, on bringing back the original Rollouts. Clips has done a great job this year of doing that, and they've really set the tone. And Cardi is the first female rapper in a long time to really participate in a real rollout, and she really did it. I mean, she's been on every interview, several podcasts. I'm talking big media interviews, medium ones, small ones. Like, she's selling her music on the street. She was on the train. She was everywhere doing all her meet and greets. And I think that's my favorite part of seeing her roll out, is really seeing the people come out in these parking lots, the malls, that Walmart. Oh my goodness. Like, people really love Cardi. Like, they loved her when she first came out because of her rawness and her realness and her just unapologetic honesty. Like, she's just honest to a fault. She's just herself, which is what you see is what you get. Your jaw is going to drop. You're going to be like, what did she just say? What? Did she just? Yeah, that's who she is. And she's still like that. And you see the interviews, like the Breakfast Club interview. I did love that interview because it was just it just flowed. There was no PR screen that she had up. It didn't feel forced or contrived. And she's a big artist. Like the last time she's been at the Breakfast Club was back when Invasion of Privacy came out. And she's still the same. So that's really cool to see that she's still a humble, easygoing, easy to approach, easy to talk to person and woman. She's just gone through a lot in life, and she has become she's wearing a lot more hats than she used to, being a mom of 3, soon to be 4, having been married, and now, going through a divorce, and just all the fame that she has garnered over the years. She's certainly not the same Cardi that we met 7 years ago, but she's still her. I'm not gonna lie, the album is a banger. I'm gonna give it like a 9.2 out of 10, which is really, really good. I mean, that's a good score for real. And I'm trying not to be biased. I'm a big fan of Cardi. We have the same birthday. She's a Libra. I mean, what else is there to love? I mean, there's really nothing else you need. But no, seriously, this album it was really good. It was really good. It kept me engaged from start to finish. It told a story. It was cohesive. It was full of passion and pain and rawness and vulnerability. She was very confident. I peeped improvements in her vocal delivery, in her lyricism, which I know there's a lot of criticism on. What is she writing? She had 10 writers on all the songs, and Party is at it again. And listen, do whatever y'all want to say in the comments. I'm here for it, okay? Because it's too much to go back and forth anyway. But aside from all of but she got writers, but she didn't really write that though. But the thick accent, but the tongue, but she still doesn't pronounce her words. All I'm saying is that there's been a great improvement. And anybody that tries to try to play her like, nah, I don't hear no different, it sounds the same as you're lying. And you're a hater. And you need to check yourself on that. Because there are improvements in her delivery and what she's talking about and how she's saying things. I can understand her words a lot more clearly. There were several parts on Invasion of Privacy where you can kind of hear the saliva. You know what I mean? It was cleaner. It was crisper. The production was left no crumbs. Left no crumbs. And I hear there's a lot of new up and coming producers on this album. It's not a lot of big name producers. So Atlantic, engineers, producers, y'all did y'all thing. The rollout was impeccable. Cardi put in the work. At the end of the day, none of this works if Cardi wants to be a diva. If Cardi wants to lean in on the excuse of, I'm pregnant, I have backaches, I'm nauseous, I can't do it today. And they start canceling stuff. What can they do? But she said, no, I'm going to put out this album in September. They asked me to push it back. Do I want to push it to the spring? Give myself time to have the baby? She said, no, we're doing everything. Let's get it done. And I'm doing this tour right after. I give birth, heal, give myself 6 weeks or so. Before I have the baby, I'll be starting rehearsals. I don't know how she's doing all this, but she has a plan. So, and she's already told the whole world that I'm going on tour. So I don't think she's going to pull out. Hopefully not. But she's serious, and she was really committed to, doing this once and for all. It's been so many gotchas, false alarms that I think it was no, this is it. I have to do it. So the album was really good. I really enjoy it. It's very up-tempo. There's a lot of slower records, like R&B records that I love. I do love R&B. All the features, -1. And I won't get into that, but -1, all the features did their thing. Cardi did not come to play. She really performed vocally. I believed what she was talking about. She's been through a lot, and she did not shy away from putting it out on the table. There's a lot of elephants to address in the room. There's a lot of stuff to unpack, and she did just that throughout the entire album while lining the bees up and knocking them off. She said, oh no, you bring your ass over here, bring your ass over here, and you definitely gonna bring your ass over here. Because she's like, I'm lining all of y'all up, and my target is center mass. Y'all all getting it. And everybody got it. And now we see stuff going on online with Nicki Minaj reacting to the album and to how she didn't beat her sales. This is too much.